this year of the snake. The February is 28 days, and we decided today we're gonna go to the British Museum for a coffee and a cake. We've been a member for very very long time, and we decided to cancel it this year. So we have only a couple of weeks left, and even if you pay if you're a member, every exhibition is free, and you can go to the members lounge. It basically a 2-floor space only for the members. So we're not gonna be members anymore, and we wanted to use it for, well, not for the last time, but we canceling the membership for a couple of years. We're not gonna be back again. That's for sure. It's still winter time. Still, we were going around in our winter jackets. It's around 5 or 6 degrees, but not that cold as it was in the last couple of weeks. And let me tell you this, the coffee tastes totally different. It tastes so much better for some reason when you know that you're not gonna be back to a place for a couple of years. We're canceling our membership, so we're not gonna be allowed to go to the membership area. Every single table, every single chair were occupied. It's not a typical coffee bar because they have a license to sell alcohol. So you see people when you're entering drinking wine, and other people having coffees and of course teas with cake. We are coming from Eastern Europe, and over there the museums are, first of all, you need to pay for them. Secondly, the whole building is completely empty. So you buy a ticket to a museum and you can wander around a whole day without ever meeting anyone. And here at the British Museum, it's so special to me, so special to us, because it's always completely full. You go even to the members area, and you cannot find a seat, a table, a free table, because it's completely full. At the members area, which is located on the first floor, there are these massive windows looking at the main hall. So down there, you can see a sea of people, thousands of people, gathering around. They are groups, families, couples, solo travelers. Because even after all these years, the British Museum remains the top one tourist destinations in London, UK. So a long time ago, I really wanted to be a little bit more than just feeling like a tourist when I'm going to the British Museum. So we purchased, as a birthday present, the membership for a year. And then it just kept on auto renewing it. The wildest exhibition, I'm gonna always remember that was the sunken city, all the Egyptian statues that they brought back to the British Museum from the bottom of the sea. That was so wild to me, because these statues, they've been under water for hundreds of years. So just right now, I asked the others what they liked the best at the British Museum, and they said the Aztec Mayan exhibition. And in there, they have a snake as well, and this is the snake of the year of the snake. There are all sorts of jewels that the girls like, and of course, the crystal skull right in the middle, and the statue from the Easter Island. We are from Hungary, and there are a couple of things from our country as well. For example, there are 2 swords from the Roman era found in Hungary in the Borsod region. And right now, under the membership area where we had our coffee and cake, there is an exhibition called Silk Roads. And the end of the exhibition, there is a display with the Hungarian gold treasure as well. And I remember when we went to see it, the girls, they went there and they were like, "Oh, we know this treasure, we know this treasure," because obviously we saw it on photos, but never in real life. And then they turned out, yeah, we know this because these are Hungarian treasures. So we saw that the first time. So it was a good day, a cold but a good day with coffee and cake. And in the morning when I woke up very early. I was listening to a podcast, and to be honest, the only reason I was listening to it because I always listen to it every single week. But this one, it started out like a very boring one, and then it turned out this podcast, what I was listening in the morning, to be very special. So it's about writers, authors from the Dongbei region of China. And basically, in this podcast, they reading up from a novel, or rather a short story about a guy who works at night. So immediately, I was hooked because I work at night as well. So in this podcast, they were reading up from this story, and the main character works at night, I think, in a factory. And the parents, they think he is getting very old, so they organizing him dates to go to. Sometimes 2 dates in one day. And he's not a nice person. He's very rude. And what happened is that he kinda gets together with a girl, but the parents, they don't like that girl because that girl was already married, has a child, and the husband is a very difficult person, a gangster. The title is Winter Swim, and the guy going to the main character who works at night, he goes to swimming. That is the place where he feels peaceful and he feels happy. This is his escape. So it starts out very general, very kind of boring story. Then all the twists and turns comes, and absolutely loved it. Same thing happening in the bookshops that happened in Netflix. That the most watched series is from the East, like Squid Game from South Korea. You go to the bookshops, and now there are so many translations, so it's you get an easy access to these stories. And this podcast was talking about the writers from the Dongbei region that used to be long time ago very rich. All the factories were there and everybody was very proud of what they were doing. And then when they closed the factories, came the crime, substance abuse, and unemployment, and slowly destroyed the whole area. And it was very interesting to me because we are from East Europe. Something similar thing happened, during the 90s, and it didn't even stop even today, even though we are part of the European Union now. And these stories really reminded me, and the people who were hosting the podcast as well, the famous Scandinavian crime stories. So basically, in the beginning of the 2000s, there were two big hits. One was Harry Potter, billions of copies sold, and the Scandinavian crime books. These are very dark stories, very melancholic, very slow moving stories with almost zero emotion, suspense is at its best. And then all the twists and turns are coming, and you know that all the time you invested in a book, in a Scandinavian crime story, it will pay off. And I felt the same when I was listening this Chinese crime story. So it was a good day today. See you next time. Bye.